मोरवे का रास्ता
चल के आ
मेरे पुटी मैडम मोरवे का रास्ता मैडम। ये मेरा 1 BHK, ये मेरा 3 BHK और पीछे 4 BHK। हेलो, वेलकम बैक टू माय चैनल। मेरा आज का वाहन is a Safari Storme 2013 make. I think this car has completed a good 8 to 9 years. Let's talk about this beast today. I'm not a review channel at all. This is just my user experience. ये गाड़ी मैं चला रहा हूँ पिछले 5 या 6 साल से. And to be very honest, this is one of my most favorite cars to drive. I don't know how the new Fortuner and everything fares. Go and torque, pickup thoda sa slow hai, but that could also be because of the weight, and also it's a diesel engine. 2000 to 3,500 RPM. That is where you get the max torque. It redlines at around 4,200, 4,300 RPM. The mid-range torque is exceptional. If you're on the 5th gear and you're doing 80 to 90 and you're lining at around 2,500 RPM, I would not say 2,500 RPM actually. If you're doing 80 to 90, you might be at around 1,500 to 2,000 RPM if you're driving conservatively and you want to overtake somebody at the speed of 90. Extremely possible. Punch it and the engine will punch you back. टाटा की एक बात यह है कि 95 और 100 के स्पीड के बाद vibrations will start setting in. Actually vibration अभी भी हो रही है when the car is idle, but that is because of its truck legacy. Tata makes solid cars. They might not have the best engines and the most refined engines, but their make is solid. The car is heavy as shit. इसके doors बहुत heavy है, so every time you close the door you have to double check. If you're a little teeny tiny person with little teeny tiny arms, door closing is a problem. Every time I'm touring on a bike, I miss my Safari. Every time I'm touring in the Safari, I miss my bike. Life बहुत tragedy है bro. As I was saying, the low end torque on this car is not that great. बहुत खींचनी पड़ती है, even for the slightest of the climbs. But once you start reaching the mid-range, that is when the real beast kicks in. Every time you accelerate, the engine whistles. Listen to this. Thank you, Mr. Ratan Tata. I love you so much. My major concern with this car is that if you're at a speed or it's a steep climb, even if you have momentum, no matter how much momentum you have, the car is going to go out of breath. The engine loses breath. It seems like it gets tired, like an old granny who has walked for too long. Really needs to sit and have a cup of tea and re-examine her life or something like that. You drop down from the 2nd or the 3rd gear all the way down to the 1st gear and then you pick up. Even then the pickup is not that great. The sweet spot of this car is 2,500 RPM to 3,000 RPM. It redlines at 4,200 RPM. The car comes equipped with a 40-liter fuel tank, which is great for long tours. Even though this car is practically an elephant, it is still quite easy to maneuver in traffic. ये मेरा 1 BHK, ये मेरा 3 BHK और पीछे 4 BHK. The Safari Storme is an 8 BHK apartment. Someday I'd like to take this car all the way up to Ladakh on any of these treacherous mountain type roads. The Safari doesn't belong here. It belongs here. Ultimate. Fortuner में इतना मजा नहीं है जितना Safari में. My wheels are bigger than the stock wheels. This is a baby elephant. चले विश्वा